Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Microeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a short introduction to this course. Specifically, I'm going to go over the course syllabus with you and just show you a few things in my Ozarka that you need to be aware of. So the first thing is when you first go into the microeconomics course in my Ozarka, you'll see the main page for the course. It'll show information about the course at the top, and then any announcements below. Always kind of pay attention to those announcements. Anything important that I need to present to the class will be under that announcements section there. So go ahead and pay attention to that. What I want to do first is let's go to the activities page. You'll notice there are some links over here on the left hand side of the page, and that allows you to navigate to various parts of the course page in my Ozarka. First thing we're going to do is click on activities, and that activities link is the link that you're probably going to use most often this semester, just because it has all of the items on it that you will be responsible for this semester. For example, all of the assignments and tests and discussions and so forth that you'll be completing as part of your grade for this semester will be available on that activities page. So it's probably the most important part of my Ozarka that you'll interact with on a regular basis. All right. So when you click on the activities page there, or activities link, to bring up the activities page, you'll notice the semester is broken down into weeks on this page. So you have week 1, week 2, all the way down to the very end of the semester, which is week 17. All right. So everything is kind of organized by week. And so if you'll look under week 1, you have the Getting Started link, and I'll go into that and show you more about that in just a minute. You also have an Introduce Yourself link that I'll explain more about in a minute. Let's go ahead and click on Getting Started. And that's one of the first things you need to do for this course is click on the Getting Started link. And there's a link to the syllabus there. There's a link to the schedule, link to the textbook information for the course. And that schedule link there is basically a Word document that I provided for you that has all the same things that are on the activities page, but it's kind of in a printable format, in a table format that you can print out and mark off the activities as you do them. I know some students like to have that just for organizational purposes, so you don't have to use that. You can just go by the activities page, but I just provide it for convenience if you want to use it. There's also a link to the syllabus there. Let's go ahead and click on that, because this is the main thing I want to go over today is the course syllabus. This is just a document that has all the pertinent information about the course, what your responsibilities are and so forth as you go through the semester. So you'll notice on the top of the syllabus it has information about the course. It has my information, my contact information, including my phone number and my email address. Just in general, it's probably better to contact me through email than it is through my phone. You can use either one, but it's probably going to be more efficient to use email, just because I check my email several times a day, and as far as my phone, I have to be in my office at that particular time, ready to answer the phone if you make a call. But if you send an email, I'll check it very quickly and get back to you very quickly. So email is really the preferred way to contact me. You'll notice my office hours are listed there. Just kind of look over that. Let me know if you have questions. The office hours, especially since this is an online class, probably not going to mean much for most of you, other than those of you that are close enough to the Mountain View campus where I am to come by and see me if you need to. But for most of you, like I said, email is probably going to be the way that you're going to need to contact me. The next item on the syllabus there is the course description. Basically, this course is going to involve learning about basic economic theory, economic decision making. We'll look at demand and supply and how that affects economic decision making. We'll also look at consumer choice and utility, production and cost in the firm. We'll look at various market structures and how pricing is determined in those market structures. And then finally, towards the end of the semester, we'll learn more about resource markets. All right. So basically, economics is the study of how humans allocate scarce resources in an attempt to satisfy their unlimited wants. The basic economic problem that we'll talk about at the very beginning of this semester, in the very first couple of chapters, is you have a basic problem with resources in that they are scarce, but we have unlimited wants. We have unlimited numbers of goods and services that we want, things that we want to buy with those resources. And because the resources are limited and our wants are unlimited, that creates a problem, an economic problem that we basically leads us to having to make decisions on how best to use our resources to maximize what we get from those resources in the form of goods and services, to maximize what's called our utility, which we'll also learn more about as we go through the semester. So basically, learning about how we use our scarce resources to satisfy our unlimited wants, we're able to kind of better understand how and why decisions are made, both in households and in firms. And that makes us able to make better decisions when we understand the process of that decision making. All right? And so you'll be able to apply what you've learned in this class to current world events and local situations. All right? So that's the course rationale for the course. The next item there on the syllabus is the outcomes, learning objectives. Basically, again, we're going to be analyzing economic principles and concerning resources, cost, advantages, production. We're going to look at demand and supply curves and how they reflect changing markets. We'll look again at consumer choice, production, utility, cost. We're going to compare market structures, look at various economic decision makers, for example, households and firms and governments, and how they make decisions. We'll also look at resource markets. And one particular type of resource market that we'll spend some time on is the labor market, and also how labor unions affect the labor market. All right, so those are the outcomes. So, like I said, just kind of read through that. I'm not going to read it to you. Just kind of look over that. Let me know if you have questions about it. The next important item on the syllabus is the textbook information. You'll notice it's called Microecon 6. This is what the book looks like right here. All right, it's just called Microecon 6. Make sure that when you go to purchase your textbook, whether you purchase it at the college bookstore or you purchase it from some other source, make sure that you check the ISBN number. Make sure you're getting the correct textbook. There are different versions of it, and so just make sure that you use that ISBN number to make sure you're getting the correct textbook. All right? The other thing that you'll need in addition to the textbook, obviously, since this is an online class, you're going to need access to a reliable computer and internet connection. All right? So just kind of keep that in mind. The next section on the syllabus is the methods of instruction. I'm just going to let you read through that. That's pretty basic. I don't think that it needs much explanation. But if you do have questions about it, just let me know. The next item on the syllabus, which is probably the most important part of the syllabus because it determines how your grade's going to be calculated. Is the evaluation procedure section, and that one I definitely want you to spend some time looking over, make sure that you understand everything. Basically in this course, your grade is going to comprise of about 4 things here. You're going to have assignments, discussions, chapter tests, and then you'll also have exams, including the midterm and the final. All right, and you'll notice each one of those I've got a certain percentage of your overall final grade that each one of those is going to comprise or represent. So you can just kind of look through that. The assignments for this class will basically involve reading through assigned chapters, watching videos that I've linked for you, and then answering questions based on what you've read in the textbook and what you've watched in the videos. To receive full credit for the assignments, you'll have to make sure that you thoroughly answer each of the assignment questions using your own words and using correct grammar and spelling. Make sure that when you're doing the assignments that you are using your own words and not just copying from the textbook or copying from the videos or copying from some other source. Make sure that you're actually doing your own work, okay? And it explains all that on the syllabus there. The next thing that will be a part of your grade will be the discussions. So we'll have a discussion over each set of assigned chapters. And basically, you'll be asked to read a case study that I provided in Miles Arca for you. You'll read through that case study. It will be concerning a particular concept that we've covered in those chapters, and you will basically read through the case study and then answer the questions. Again, to receive full credit, just like on the assignments for the discussions, you'll need to make sure you thoroughly answer each of the discussion questions using complete sentences and correct grammar and spelling, and make sure that you're doing your own work on that as well. All right. Then the chapter test will basically be multiple choice questions that will be answered through basically taking the test online through the course page in Miles Arca. And you'll be able to use your textbooks when taking the chapter test. There's not really a time limit, so you can take as much time as you want. You can also take the test as many times as you want to. So if you don't do well the first time, just take it again. Take it as many times as you want to up until the due date. And I'll explain more about that later on. But basically, the chapter test will basically just are basically designed to get you prepared for the midterm and final exams. And that's the next thing I need to talk about. The midterm exam will be a comprehensive exam over all of the chapters that we will have covered by the midway point of the semester. You'll only be able to take it one time. There will be a time limit on it, but you will be able to use your books and notes and so forth, but you'll have to remember the time limit that you have. And then the final exam is very similar to the midterm exam. All the same things apply, except for, obviously, the final exam will be at the very end of the semester, and it will cover all of the chapters that we'll have covered during that semester. All right, so that's just a real brief explanation of the evaluation procedures. And again, that's the one item on the syllabus that I wanted to really hit on, because that is what most of you as students are interested in is, okay, how is my grade going to be determined for this class? I know when I was a student in college many years ago, that's the main thing I was interested in on the first day of class meeting with the instructor was, okay, how's my grade going to be determined? I'm sure most of you are probably thinking the same thing. So just read through that section on the syllabus. Let me know if you have questions about it. It's pretty well self-explanatory, but if you do have questions, just let me know. The next item on the syllabus is the grading scale. That's just the standard grading scale that you see in most classes. So it shouldn't be any surprise to you. Just let me know if you have questions about that. The next section is makeup policy. Basically, in this class, I do not allow makeup work unless it's a special circumstance. And if you think you have some kind of extenuating circumstance or special case that I need to consider, just let me know that as soon as possible. Just send me an email and explain everything, and then I will kind of look at that on a case-by-case basis. But just in general, I do not allow makeup work in this class. So just kind of keep that in mind. So just in general, any work submitted after the due date will receive a grade of 0. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. Like I said, if you do run into a special case that you think I need to consider, then I will look at that on an individual basis. All right, the next item on the syllabus is the attendance policy. Just kind of read through that. The main thing for an online class like this is you need to make sure that you're accessing the course page in Miles Arca on a regular basis, at least once a day. Just go in. If I've sent you an email through course mail, or if I've posted an announcement, those are things you need to be aware of, and you're not going to be aware of those if you're not accessing the course page. And so I would recommend accessing the page at least once a day, just to kind of refresh your memory on things that are coming up due, and to make sure you're getting those announcements and any emails that I've sent to you. All right. The next section on the syllabus is academic integrity. I do want to spend some time on this just because the last few semesters I've had some issues with this. Just in general, it is against the academic. It's a violation of the academic integrity policy if you engage in any kind of dishonesty, which includes claiming credit for work others completed, lying, plagiarizing, cheating on tests, copying other students' assignments. And as far as the penalty for doing that, it really depends on the individual case and the severity and so forth. But just make sure that you don't engage in any kind of academic integrity issues. Make sure that you're not violating that policy. If you, after reading through it, if you don't understand it completely, just let me know, and I'll be glad to hit on that again. But I think most of you understand what plagiarism is, and what you can and cannot do. And so, but like I said, if you do have questions about that, just let me know. The biggest thing I've found, one of the main reasons that I've had some problems with academic integrity in some of my classes over the last few semesters is that some students will wait too late to get started on their activities, and then they find that the only thing that they have left that they can do to get it turned in on time is to violate this policy and engage in plagiarism and so forth. So a way to kind of prevent this from happening is to get started early enough on your activities that you're not tempted to engage in that kind of behavior. Okay, but just let me know if you have questions about that. And the only other thing I want to kind of hit on just a little bit is at the very bottom of the syllabus, it shows the important dates for the semester. Just make sure you keep track of that. That there will be some weeks that we won't, like for example, spring break, we don't have classes during that particular week of the semester. There's also the date that shows when the midterm grades will be due and so forth. So when final exams will be. So just kind of look over those important dates. Let me know if you have any questions. But that's basically the course syllabus, and that's the main thing I wanted to hit on today. Let's go back to the activities page. And so remember, under week 1 there, the way that we got to the syllabus was by clicking on the Getting Started link. There's also a link to the syllabus over here on the left-hand side where you see all the navigation links over here. You can also get to the syllabus through that as well. The other thing that I want to show you is this Introduce Yourself discussion. It's going to be due by Friday, January 19th. So Friday of the first week of class. You'll need to click on that Introduce Yourself discussion, read through my post there, and then you're going to click on Reply and type in some information about yourself. Your name, obviously, maybe your major, whatever information you want to share, where you're from, maybe your hobbies, your interest, maybe what you hope to get out of the class, things like that. And then I'll be sharing some more information about myself on this discussion as I see other students reply. All right? So you'll get to learn a little bit more about me as we reply to that Introduce Yourself discussion. All right, let's go back to activities. So really the only thing that's due the first week of class is that Introduce Yourself discussion. All right, so for the first week of class, you need to make sure you read through the syllabus, let me know if you have questions, and then do that Introduce Yourself discussion by Friday, January 19th. The first set of chapter activities that are due will be due the second week of class, specifically Wednesday, January 24th. So you've got about a week and a half to get that first set of chapter activities submitted. That'll give you enough time to get your textbook and get started on those and get them finished in time to submit them by that second week of class. So you've got the chapters 1 and 2 assignment, test, and discussion. So I'm just going to let you look through each of those. I'm not going to go into each one of those and explain it. As you're navigating through some of these activities in Miles Arca, if you have questions, just send me an email and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. But it's pretty well self-explanatory. There shouldn't be a whole lot that I need to explain there. But like I said, if you do have questions, just let me know. And that's really all I have for you for today. I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope you have a great semester. I'm really looking forward to teaching this class this semester, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you.